Well, Abaco, I'm happy to be here on the side of um, my
Hey, you all
MP.
right?
And
Sit down,
my
Chief.
MP, hold
Hey, how
on,
you doing,
How are
man?
you, sir?
just
What kind of
Renzo
stuff?
here trying to get my video.
No. I want to be in the video.
But Darren is here, and I am happy. I sent something the other day that he ain't coming and he ain't care, but he surprised the hell out of the car, and I don't like being surprised. But here he is. Darren is here to see who Abaco, and he's on the Kai network. And what are your plans for Abaco? Any emergency plans, Mr. MP?
Right now, we're presently evacuating Grand Key. We've been doing that for the past 2 days. I've been deliberately involved with planning and operations here in Abaco for at least 3 days. I stayed in Nassau for as long as I did because I could get more work done at the cabinet table for Abaco before coming here to, to be with my people, to see what the plans are on the ground, deliberately look at them, test them for myself. You know, I'm a military officer by training. I'm a professional naval officer.
Yes.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
And so we want people to take this one seriously, Kai. This is nothing to play with. By the time it hits us, projected to be tomorrow around 5-ish, it's going to be a Cat 4. People in the Keys in particular need to find a safe place on the mainland. I know we're used to handling storms in Abaco. I know we're pretty good at it. But people who are elderly, people who are sick, people with children, please heed the warnings, listen very carefully. Come to a shelter on the mainland. Bring with you only those essential items that you need, your medicines, your important documents, and that type of thing. Let's work together and let's stay safe throughout this ordeal. The world is watching. They've been informed at all levels. The Americans, the British, the United Nations, CARICOM, they're all standing by to respond. Today the Prime Minister will address the nation again at around 12, he along with the officials from NEMA. And we're going to watch and see how we prepare for this, how we come through this one.
Darren, I've been through about 10 hurricanes, Floyd being the worst. I actually was stupid enough to go out and rescue during Hurricane Floyd. That will never happen again.
Yeah.
But did you recognize that those keys are safer than the mainland? Number one, you never get any flooding. You will never flood on Hopetown, Manawar, Grand Key.
I'm going to tell you this,
And
Guy. I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to tell you this,
they're
right?
high land.
I remember vaguely, I was born in 1962.
One year after me.
Okay, so I remember vaguely Betsy. Vaguely as a child, I remember going to Uncle Dad's club trying to get out of our house in Dundas Town because the water was rising.
Yeah.
This storm is projected to bring waves at about 12 to 15 feet high. That's nothing to play with on a key. That's the first thing. The second thing is that these waves are going to be, this is what they're projecting, that high because we're now in a spring tide or what they're calling a king tide, which means the tide is going to be higher than normal.
Yeah.
What is very worrisome to me about this is by the time it hits Abaco at 5, we're then getting to more of the dark hours. You don't want to be in a key or somewhere unsafe in dark hours with rising tides and strong winds sitting on you at 5 miles per hour at what they're projecting to be a Category 4 storm. And so we're gonna continue to warn people. We're gonna continue to compel people and cajole them to come to a safe place. I know we're used to riding out these storms in the Keys, but this one is not to be played with. This is coming off the Atlantic, and it's bringing with it a lot of waves, a lot of wind, and it's nothing to play with. This is Cat 4.
We, like I said, we ride that before, and every hurricane is different, and we recognize that if a hurricane hit during high tide, it's the worst, more damage to
Yeah,
cure
so
here.
help me tell the people to come off the
But-
Keys who
but-
can move.
but-
Help me tell the people
but listen
to
to-
bring the
listen to
old
me.
people and the children and the women and all those who can move who are sick
let me
and
tell you,
indigent
what
from
do
the
y'all-
Keys.
what do y'all
Because
do?
when the hurricane hits, emergency responders ought not be asked to put themselves in danger to come and rescue anyone. They're going to stay in place and hunker down until the thing passes and then come to see who we can help.
This is Abaco, and you could preach much as you like. The people that are more vulnerable is the people in the mud and the peas.
We've been
They
asking
are
them,
the ones
we've
that the
been
tide's
asking
going to
them
be
since
8
yesterday.
feet inside there.
This is what we instructed yesterday. We instructed yesterday that you not only put advisories for the mud and pea sandbanks and the farm, and then there's another community in Hopetown somewhere. You not only put the advisory in social media or on the air, but you actually drive through those communities with a bullhorn and speak in Creole to these citizens and residents of those irregular communities and say to them, you do not want to be in the mud. You do not want to be in peat. That's why we named it the mud, because as soon as you get a little bit of rain, the thing starts to fill up and swamp up. And so we want these people to come out of these areas. Thanks very much. Good talking to you. But
Anyway, the cavalry is here. Mortimer is late for the MP, but he's here nonetheless. We're good to see you. Don't cut your eye at me. The MP is here now. You're late. Why are you looking at me like that? That's a love look. This hurricane traveling. Anyway, Mortimer is late again. And if they go, they're gone. May they rest in peace. But only so much you could do, Mr. Mortimer. We hope to see you or not to see you after hurricane. Don't make no difference to me. But nonetheless, we're on the ground here. Come looking at me, that death look like he could kill. And he's late to pick up the MP. Need Mortimer and them out of Abaco. Hurricane carry all of them. We don't need here. But we're here live in the Marshall International Airport where Bahamas Air just touched down. Bahamas Air ain't scared of no hurricane. Ain't no thing. The airport is officially open. We're locking and we're loading. Bahamas Air is on its way to West Palm Beach to bring all citizens. Bahamians don't want to be in Florida during a hurricane. They want to be here in Abaco. So Bahamas Air is making the final run to West Palm Beach. And what I like to see when these people come into the danger zone of Abaco, when they get into customs, I want to talk to Cleveland Dawkins in charge of customs to stop letting customs dig up in these people's stuff 2 hours in customs when a hurricane is traveling. Let them people come through. They already got stress on their mind, and you need no more stress when they come here to Abaco. Welcome them home and wish them well and go with them couple of things that they bring in here, because if Baker's Baker come for years and don't pay no duty, why are you harassing, humiliating Abaconians? Let them go through custom. Hurricane traveling. Bahamas Air taking a risk to go and come. Let them come through with them couple things. This is what's going on here in Abaco as we're live on WCAY at the Marshall International Airport that's supposed to be closed at 3 o'clock. Today we got American Eagle coming in, we got Delta en route, and Bahamas Air. After that, this airport will be officially closed until after the storm passes. I was talking to my MP just now, and we're talking about the hurricane and the Keys, but God put a barrier around the Keys that he should know about called the reef. The reef protects the surge and the storm. In Dundastan, where we're at, the hurricane brings in waves from off the channel of Manawar into Dundastan 20 feet. So I know about the surge. I've seen the surge. I've witnessed the surge. The storm will not respect you. You need to respect the storm. And if you don't respect the storm, we'll see you in the street by and by. Everybody has to have their own conviction, their own mindset, because nobody's going to force them to do anything, and they will make up their minds. Black people will make up their mind at the last minute. They're not going to move until the place is 8 feet of water. They could be right there, oh Lord, oh God, and praying. Keep praying. Hurricane here. Time to move. Now is the time. Today is the accepted time. Move now if you're in a bad area. If not, stay there. We'll bury you. If we don't bury you for sweetness, we'll bury you for stinkness. But we will bury you after the hurricane. You're here live on WCAY while the hurricane is gaining strength and momentum. Kai is on the ground at the Marshall International Airport. Live on WCAY.